Hello, welcome to the Light Institute of Galileo's Meditations, the sanctuary of light where we can come with our consciousness, if not with our bodies, to enjoin ourselves together in this meditation that can beam out from us and make a difference in the world. Remember that meditation is life. And life is meditation. So we can do meditation anytime simply by saying, I am meditating. And so we will now begin our meditation as we do it here at the Light Institute. It's divided into 3 parts. The first part is a moment in which we connect with our divine higher self, our own inner voice, so that we have a recognition of that energy. That's our true self. And then we'll ask our higher self to touch our body, to come into our body, and we'll sit in meditation. Remember that as soon as we've done that part, I will make a humming sound, which would take us to the second part. But you can push the pause button so that you can continue to meditate for as long as you want with your higher self, sitting as your own higher self. And then in the second part, we draw the white light from the cosmos down through the top of the head and laser it out, stretching out our auric fields, which allows us to sort of access our sense of purpose and our presence in this world. In the third part of the meditation, each week we use a different point of reference in which we send light out into the world. Today, we're going to send that light to ourselves, so that we can really, truly imprint that we are capable of and powerful enough to hold the light. My higher self has always said, hold the flicker into the flame. Let you and I and many, many people that are going to join us in this, each and all of us, really feel that we can hold that flicker into the flame, that we can spread light, which brings peace and safety and openness to the world. Ready? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your body and breathe out slowly. And now ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you at this moment. It could be a light or a being, a tree, an animal, an equation. It doesn't matter what the form is. Your higher self knows the form that will allow an opening in you. See what comes now. And ask your higher self to touch the place in your body where you hold your divine essence. Just imagine any place in your body that's being touched and breathe into that touch and feel your higher self awakening and opening that divine source energy in you. And now draw your higher self into your body through that point. Open your arms, sit in meditation, breathe in, and allow the beautiful vibration of light to flow through you. Om. Again, take a deep breath into your body and reach up with your consciousness into the cosmos and draw the white light, beautiful, radiant white light down through the top of your head, down through your throat, your heart, and into your stomach, your solar plexus. That's the center of our emotional energies. And from there, radiate out, beam out that white light. Allow it to flow across the planet and back into the sky. And again, breathe in, draw the white light down. Radiate it out from you and across our planet and back into the sky, so that you are practicing the art of radiance, that you are a vehicle of light and a radiant being. And sit in meditation, extending that light, allowing it to continually flow down through you and out from you, back into the cosmos. Om. Breathe into your body. And now ask your higher self to extend to you a brilliant frequency of light that will support you in being a vehicle of light, of always finding the clarity, the light at the end of the tunnel, the way through and around any darkness. That you were born to be a giver of light by carrying it within you. So see what color, what frequency your higher self gives to you that will support you now at being able to hold that light, radiate that light, and never lose that sense of self. Whatever color comes to you at this moment, just imagine that you're sucking it into your body. Notice where your body wants to take that beam of light in as the entrance point. And then from there, disperse it through the trillions of cells of your body. So just continue to draw that light, that frequency into your body and feel as if that is setting an energy in you that will allow you effortlessly to hold the consciousness of expansion, of light, of cosmic truth. So breathe it in and disperse it through your body. Give that echo to yourself. This is for you, body. Om. And thank you for meditating and being a being of light. And open your eyes. Carry that. It's who we truly are. Everything in the manifest world, whether it's a rock or a human, is filled with the energy of light. And now we'll go to our next part, which is our usual Sunday meditation here, which is called knowings. And in knowings, we bring forward the questions that you have, the questions of your hearts, that will allow us to be illuminated and uplift our consciousness and extend that to everyone who is joining us and who is also considering these questions that you have brought forth. I love this because these questions come from around the world and they show that wherever you are and whoever you are, we share these conversations, these questions in our hearts, and that what we do now together will inspire ourselves and everyone else. And so Allison will now read the questions that we will touch on today. And please bring questions to the Light Institute anytime for us to utilize. Allison.
Chris, the first question comes from New Mexico. And the question is, Chris, do you think the fear that has been generated around this outbreak is just as detrimental to the human body as any virus?
Well, that's a very quick and short answer, but of course it is, because we know that fear is not just something in the mind, but fear is an energy that slows down the consciousness, slows down the body, and squeezes the organs, squeezes and closes. Whenever you hold yourself in this way, you make yourself vulnerable to energies attacking you, and that's what a virus is doing. When your body wants to defend itself against an invading substance of any kind, it will utilize its T cells. It will step forward to that. It will not shrink from it. It will know what that enemy is, and it will charge force with all of these immune cells that protect us. Our body is totally capable of fending off viruses. So when we are afraid, with all of the things that have been going on and been presented to us, it is natural to trigger that kind of, what is this? Am I going to get it? And I want to remind you the question that my higher self says to me. Ask yourself on a deep spiritual level, is this your destiny to fall to a virus? Or is your destiny to be a part of the solution? To be one, even if you were to get this virus, to cure yourself of it, to heal from it. I'm not saying you shouldn't pay attention and listen to your body and listen to the information that's there, but then use that to feel the power that you have to go on with your life. The more that all of us release our fear and say, yes, there is this, and we will diminish it, we will neutralize it, we will not allow it into our bodies, then it will pass. It will pass. And so we know, we have studies from all over the country and from many, many years ago that prove that the shrinking, the squeezing of fear influences our immune system. It cannot function. If we're squeezing, even in our solar plexus, our kidneys are where we hold fear. If we're squeezing in our bodies, our beautiful system that protects us, our vagus system, which flows through all of our organs, cannot neutralize these energies and keep the organs and the body functioning as if it were normal. So you want to disperse that fear. Remember that you can simply do that by asking your body, where am I holding fear at this moment? Might not even be your own fear. It might be the fear of someone else or that you picked up on the television. But where is that fear at this moment in you? Bring your conscious awareness into that place and ask it what frequency of light will clear it. Because the light will dissolve fear and negativity. And in doing this is what we call an exercise of consciousness. When we do this, we give permission to ourselves to shift up and go beyond that squeezing and expand into our true purpose, our sense of self. So thank you very much for that question. Let us not be afraid. Let us use this situation to take us to the next level of our lives rather than be taken down from it. We don't have to, and we will not. Yes, and the second question.
This question comes from Scottsdale, Arizona. Chris, I've been pondering if this virus could possibly have something to do with the radioactive 5G energies that are being implemented. It seems the countries like China, Spain, Germany, and Italy, where 5G has already been implemented, are hit the hardest with the virus. Russia, where 5G is not implemented yet, has a lot fewer infected cases. Can you please talk about this?
Wow. I hope you all heard what that question was. That's fantastic, and I thank you for that. Because it does allow us to illuminate, again, a question of cause and effect. We have seemed to turn our back on nature and instead chosen to hurry our minds, not our consciousness, but our minds. Can we have information faster? And the cost of that has been a change in the electromagnetic frequencies around and through us. As scientists from around the world have been begging governments and countries to at least do studies to truly prove that this 5G electromagnetic energy, this 5 gigahertz energies, which are radiant energies, are not harmful. There have been enough studies to show that the 4G can be implemented in cancer and other diseases. And again, the lowering of our immune system. And so to see that, wait, I didn't know that Italy and China and Spain and Germany already have the 5G. And the intention is to make it be around the world a global matrix. And what they're saying is one of those attributes, one of those qualities, one of those things at every 4 to 6 houses. There would be no escape from that. And to say that places that don't have that 5G have less, it's very interesting to look at. Maybe there is a connection. Again, what can we do about it? We can certainly ask and bring our voices to bear upon that conversation. Prove scientifically that it is not dangerous to humans or to nature, to wildlife, or to anything that lives. But there are some other things that can be done, and I suggest that we do those right now, and that is that we quicken our frequency. This is something that my higher self has said for over 30 years, that radiation would be one of the major causes of disease on this planet. And we're seeing that now, because there's even natural radiation increase, which is causing some difficulties. So if we quicken our frequency so that we can withstand that, then we can balance it, while we are looking at how can we choose something different. Do we really need that 5G? And if we think we do, then we have to respond ourselves, you and I, in our bodies, with our consciousness. So one of the things is a simple ingested conversation, the body level, which is what kind of foods could you take that would help to align your frequency? Well, the energies of the radiance of substances that grow by the sun, like chlorella, the freshwater algae, and the sea algae, the red seaweed, the brown seaweed, have been proven to protect the body from radiation. And so amplifying that ingestion of energies. Vitamin C is another way to do that. So there are many things you could look up yourselves that you can begin to ingest. Now, the trick of ingesting something to protect you is to say, not have that fear of, I'll take this and maybe I won't get it, but rather, this is for you, body. This is for you. So that you use this energy of the sun like the algae does to multiply, to be healthy, and to more than survive. And if you have that attitude, I'll take this. This is for you, body. It will help your immune system. It will help you tremendously. One of the things that I've shown in many videos over the past is to open your arms and spin around to the right. Because when we spin around to the right, like centrifugal force, we quicken our frequency. We bring the lobes of the brain into sync, which brings us into an alpha state of meditation. And we are spitting out any kind of chatter, any kind of energy that is imbalanced. So it soothes and stretches our auric field, and it quickens our frequency. And so that can very much help you. If you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling tired, spin around until you get dizzy. Don't fall down. Then look at your thumbs. Take a deep breath, and you will see that there's a kind of clarity. Your energy comes up, and that will help you. So we have to help ourselves with this. It's interesting to note that the 4G that's been proven to influence cancer and other things, when there have been those towers in the neighborhood, actually flows at about 6 gigahertz. Now 5G is a catapultic leap. It flows at between 30 and 120 gigahertz. That's something completely different. And that's why scientists around the world are saying, no, we do not, we know that this is dangerous and we need to look at it in a different way. I'm happy to report that there are some cities in Europe and in other places that are beginning to say, we will not have 5G in our area. But ultimately, the intention is to make it a global matrix. So we must pay attention on global levels, political levels, emotional and physical, spiritual levels. So thank you for that question. Let us not be afraid, but let us pay attention and to see that there could be indeed some kind of a connection there that has shown itself to, again, lower the immunity that allows that coronavirus to enter into. And what do we know? That it most often enters people who have some kind of immune deficiency already. Certainly the older people, but anyone. Could be a young person with asthma or something else. And so we want to create that sense, this is not mine. This is not mine. I will not fall to this. I will find the answer. Great love. Allison, our last question.
It comes from right here in Galisteo.
Yes?
And the question is, Chris, I feel like I am in the eye of the storm, and all around me is an illusion at the moment. I have a strange sense of calm coming from deep within that tells me all is well, even though the global news says the opposite. Strangely, in the face of it all, my sense of calm keeps persisting. It is so powerful and not something I am used to. Do you think this is an emotional defense mechanism, or could this truly be real?
I certainly don't think it's a defense mechanism. A defense mechanism would be in battling this situation. It would be engaging in it. And instead, what's happening to you is this sense of calmness that's coming through you and spreading around you. And that's coming from a higher octave. And so I congratulate you, and I hope that that can be replicated around the world right now, because there is that knowing this too shall pass. What is the worst that could happen? A person could die from it. Spiritually, dying is just an ending and a beginning. And when we free ourselves from that fear of dying, perhaps we can free ourselves from the fear of living, of going beyond the challenges that are out there. I feel that you are describing a higher sense of intuition, of knowing, that all of us truly have inside. Have you asked yourself, will this be okay? What if we have a momentary disaster in our economies? Is that not a funnel of initiation that will bring us, we humans are clever, to new octaves of creativity? Will we balance the haves and the have-nots? Perhaps we'll find a way that everyone on this planet can be nourished, everyone can be abundant on all levels. This has been called for spiritually, cosmically, emotionally, globally, for many, many years, in fact, thousands of years, where we have abused the energies that we wield. And so I feel that sense that you have is a true sense. I have it as well, that there's a stillness inside me that says, these are questions. These events are bringing us to the question, what is my body about? What is my purpose about? What is my relationship to others? If I can't touch them, we can talk to each other. And above all, we can send each other energies, psychically, emotionally, and spiritually through our consciousness. And so we are not caught in this. We are simply being shown a series of question and answer kind of vibrations that say, well, what is the answer that you hold? What is your part in this? And so begin that part, if you're seeking the answer, by looking inside and finding that place of stillness. Because even if, unlike you, it hasn't occurred to the rest of the people, you can find it in you, somewhere in you, because there is spiritual purpose in life and death. You can find a point of calm energy that knows everything will be all right. Let's do an exercise in consciousness now and find that in you so that you too can begin to not only use that to take away the anxiety within you and build that sense of peace, but that as you hold it, it will ripple out from you. And the more of us that can find that place of calmness, the quicker these energies will resolve. That virus came out of nowhere. By the way, it did come from a city where there are not only markets that eat animals where they think it came from, but labs that play with bioenergetic weapons and places where they are constructing and utilizing 5G. So there definitely is a connection. It isn't that that's the bad place. It's the place in us that can override that. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your body. And ask your fantastic body where it holds a sense of calmness, a sense that this will pass, that everything will be all right. It is in there. So go deeply and let your body show you. It might be in a cell someplace or an organ or a part of your body. Where is a point of calm truth within you that sees this from a very expanded hologram? Wherever you sense that, you might see the place or hear it or feel it. Bring your awareness to that place. Right there. And now imagine that you could prick it open and that calm energy begins to flow out of that part in your body, that point, and flows through the entirety of the trillions of cells of your body, awakening them to hold that energy, that calm energy. It's a deep, deep cosmic understanding that we have as humans, because the cosmos is our source. So just breathe deeply and feel that flowing through your body. Maybe you're tight in your stomach or your kidneys from fear. Let that energy of calmness flow there. Let it flow through you and tell you that you can be calm, that it will be all right, however it is. And then imprint that sense of calmness that you might have at this moment. Again, breathing deeply in and even more deeply breathing out slowly. And open your eyes. Choose that calmness, that intuitive knowing, and give it to the world. Great love. Till next week.